Have you ever pondered the extraordinary gifts that God has set aside just for you? These gifts are not mere blessings. They are divine powers that hold the potential to transform your life in ways beyond your wildest imagination. Do you feel overwhelmed, lost, or uncertain of your path? In those moments of darkness, remember that you are not alone. God has equipped His chosen ones with powers that transcend earthly struggles, bringing clarity, peace, and unwavering strength in times of trial. What if I told you that no matter how difficult life may seem, you are destined for greatness? Imagine a life where your faith remains unshakable, where you possess the wisdom that only comes from heaven, and where the protection of God surrounds you like a mighty shield. This is the reality for those who are chosen, those whom God has set apart for a higher purpose. To be chosen is to be bestowed with divine powers that are uniquely yours. Just as the Lord called upon His prophets and servants throughout history to fulfill His will, He has selected you for a purpose, a mission that only you can accomplish. Consider the words from Jeremiah 29:11, where God declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." Can you feel the weight of this promise? God's plan for your life is filled with divine power, and He has given you the strength to walk through life with purpose and confidence. Do you sense the calling in your heart, urging you to embrace your destiny? Being chosen is not just a title. It is a profound blessing that sets you apart from the rest. Just as David was anointed to be king, or Esther was raised up to save her people, you too have been chosen for a time such as this. The question is, are you ready to receive and wield the divine powers that God has placed within you? Chosen ones, 9 powers God gives you. The first divine gift God bestows upon His chosen ones is the ability to see beyond the surface of reality into the deeper truths that uphold the universe. This divine vision is not limited by the physical world. It is a spiritual perception that allows you to discern the essence behind appearances and uncover truths hidden in the shadows. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to understand the heart of a situation without needing all the facts? This gift of vision goes beyond ordinary sight, offering insight that transcends conventional understanding. It is as though you possess an inner wisdom that aligns with God's perfect plan, allowing you to navigate the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Think of the oracles in the ancient world, like those who advised kings and warriors. They were revered for their ability to see what others could not, offering guidance in times of uncertainty. How often have we found ourselves seeking the wisdom of others in moments of difficulty, yet what we truly need is the divine insight to see beyond the surface. This vision is not only a gift, but a responsibility, one that empowers you to make decisions that align with God's will. It is a wisdom that strengthens your resolve and enables you to face the storms of life with the precision and confidence of an experienced navigator. This profound gift of vision manifests in everyday life, allowing you to perceive situations and people with remarkable accuracy. In your relationships, can you sense the unspoken needs of others? Where there is confusion or chaos, you are able to discern underlying patterns. And where there are challenges, you instinctively find solutions. Whether in business negotiations, understanding the true intentions behind words, or even resolving conflicts. This vision helps you navigate through life's complexities with an unwavering moral compass. As Proverbs 2:6 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from His mouth come knowledge and understanding." This is not mere intuition. It is divine communication granted through a continuous connection with spiritual truths. What would it mean to you if every decision you made was guided by this higher wisdom, aligning you with God's perfect purpose? The gift of vision is a powerful tool, yet it is more than just a tool. It is a sacred responsibility. It calls you to lead with discernment, to guide those around you with the light of truth, and to teach others to see beyond illusion to the essential realities. Are you ready to embrace this responsibility? This vision is not only for your benefit, but also for the benefit of those around you. Just as the light of a lighthouse guides ships safely to shore, this divine insight illuminates not only your path, but also the paths of others. Honor this gift with reverence, for it is not just a part of who you are, but a vital aspect of the mission you have been called to fulfill in this world. In Matthew 5:14-16, Jesus calls his followers the light of the world, urging them to let their light shine before others. This vision, this divine insight, is the light that God has placed in you to guide others, to help them see the world as it truly is. How will you use this power to serve others, to reveal truth, and to lead with clarity? The second divine power granted to you as a chosen one is the power of creation. This extraordinary gift allows you to bring new ideas, solutions, and innovations into the world, reflecting the deep divine inspiration that goes beyond mere human ingenuity. Have you ever marveled at a creation that seems to carry more than just the imprint of its maker? Just as Bezalel, the gifted craftsman chosen by God to build the tabernacle, was empowered to create masterpieces through his intimate communion with the divine, Exodus 31:3-5. So too are you called to manifest the sacred through your acts of creation. This power is not confined to artistic endeavors alone. It extends into all aspects of life, be it science, business, or social transformation. When you create, you are not simply displaying your talents or skills. You are channeling divine energy into every project you undertake. What would it mean if every idea you brought to life, every business you built, or every social program you initiated carried a divine touch? Your creations carry spiritual significance, solving problems and addressing needs in ways that seem guided by a wisdom beyond human understanding. In science, the power of creation might manifest in groundbreaking discoveries that extend beyond the limits of current knowledge, leading to revolutionary breakthroughs that benefit humanity. Can you imagine being the one to uncover truths about the universe that were previously hidden? In social transformation, your initiatives go beyond merely fulfilling material needs. They also nourish the spirit. Whether through educational programs, humanitarian work, or artistic expressions, your creations elevate the human experience and promote spiritual growth. As a chosen one, the power of creation is a sacred responsibility. Every act of creation, no matter how small, is an act of faith. How often do we stop to consider that our creativity is a direct expression of God's will, designed to shape the world around us? Every innovative idea, every invention is a divine message, a blessing to the world. You are a vessel through which divine inspiration flows, and with this gift, you have the potential to transform the world, bringing it closer to its highest and most divine expression. The responsibility is great, but so too is the potential for lasting change. The third divine power you possess as a chosen one is the power of resilience. This gift allows you to endure adversity and emerge stronger, with an inner strength that transcends life's challenges. Resilience is more than just survival. It is the ability to rise again after every setback, more determined than before. Have you ever experienced a moment where you felt the weight of the world pressing down on you, only to find a strength within that carried you through? This power is akin to the perseverance of Job, who remained faithful through unimaginable suffering and loss. His story is a testament to the divine gift of resilience. Job 1:21-22. With resilience, you face challenges head-on with unshakable faith and unwavering determination. How do you respond when life seems to knock you down, when the road ahead seems impossibly difficult? The power of resilience allows you to keep moving forward, even when the circumstances appear insurmountable. It is the ability to find hope when everything around you seems hopeless, the strength to keep believing in God's promises when others give up. When others see only obstacles, you see opportunities, moments to grow, learn, and overcome. Resilience also makes you a beacon to others. Have you ever noticed how your strength in the face of hardship inspires those around you? When you stand firm in your faith, others begin to see that with God, all things are possible. Your resilience becomes a source of hope and courage for others, guiding them through their own storms. You lead by example, showing that no matter how difficult life becomes, there is always a way forward with faith. As a chosen one, embracing the power of resilience is both a blessing and a responsibility. Do you recognize that each challenge you overcome is a testimony to God's presence and strength in your life? With this gift, you're not only transforming your own life, but also inspiring others to do the same. Every adversity you turn into a victory strengthens your witness, proving that with God's power, resilience is not just a possibility, it is a divine certainty. The fourth divine power that God has granted you as a chosen one is the power of influence. This gift enables you to touch the lives of those around you in profound ways, guiding them towards a path of light, truth, and divine purpose. Can you recall a moment when your presence or words changed the direction of someone's life? Your influence is not just about directing actions, it reaches deeper, impacting the hearts and minds of those who encounter you. Through this power, you hold the ability to lead with integrity and purpose, creating positive transformations in the lives of others. This divine gift is akin to the wisdom of King Solomon, whose remarkable leadership and discernment were sought by kings, queens, and nations. 1 Kings 10, chapter 1 to 13. What if your words and actions carried the same weight of divine wisdom? Just as Solomon's influence shaped nations, your influence reflects the divine light that shines through you, touching everyone you meet. It goes beyond the mere words you speak. It radiates from the authenticity of your life. The way you live, with compassion, fairness, and integrity, draws people toward you. Have you noticed how others are naturally attracted to those who lead by example? Your influence, powered by your authenticity and compassion, becomes a beacon of hope and motivation, inspiring others to strive for their highest potential and guiding them towards spiritual growth. Consider the ripple effect of your influence. The power of influence allows you to become an agent of change in both your community and the wider world. How many lives could you touch by leading with love, wisdom, and a commitment to justice? Whether through words of encouragement, acts of kindness, or leadership in righteous causes, your influence can transform hearts and minds. It is not just about changing actions, but about cultivating peace, love, and understanding in those around you. With this gift, your impact doesn't end with the present moment. It creates a lasting legacy that resonates for generations. Your ability to foster positive change, whether on a small or large scale, leaves an imprint on the world. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? By embracing the power of influence, you have the ability to guide others on a path of spiritual growth and contribute to the creation of a more harmonious, just, and loving world. Use this divine gift with discernment, love, and humility, knowing that you are a channel for God's will. As you walk in the light of divine wisdom, you guide others towards a higher truth and a deeper connection to their own divine purpose. Are you ready to step into your role as an influencer for positive change in the world? The fifth power, the divine gift of healing. As a chosen one, the fifth extraordinary power that God has granted you is the power of healing. This gift is not merely a tool for restoring physical health. It is a profound divine calling that empowers you to bring comfort, healing, and restoration to the whole person, body, soul, and spirit. Have you ever wondered how the simple act of offering comfort or speaking kind words could change someone's life? The power of healing goes beyond simply alleviating physical pain. It reaches deep into the emotional and spiritual wounds that many carry. Through this divine gift, you become a vessel for God's mercy, helping to restore peace, renewal, and transformation to those in need. Healing is not just about curing illness, it's about bringing wholeness. What if healing was more than just physical recovery? What if it involved restoring broken spirits and wounded hearts? As we reflect on the power of healing, we are reminded of the prophet Elisha, whose ministry was marked by numerous miracles of healing. Elisha was anointed by God to bring comfort to the afflicted and healing to the sick. Much like how you're empowered to be a beacon of divine grace in a world that desperately needs it. Elisha, a servant of God, was able to heal the sick, raise the dead, and even heal leprosy, which was considered a curse. One of the most remarkable stories of Elisha's healing power is when he healed Naaman, a Syrian commander suffering from leprosy. Elisha instructed Naaman to wash in the Jordan River 7 times, and upon following this divine guidance, Naaman was completely healed. 2 Kings 5:1-14. Could you be the channel through which someone's healing is made possible? Just as Elisha was a conduit for God's miraculous work, you too are called to be an instrument of divine healing. Your words, your touch, and your prayers carry the transformative power of God's love. It is through your compassion, your empathy, and your willingness to serve that others experience divine restoration. Whether you offer a word of encouragement, provide a listening ear, or pray for someone in need, your actions can be the source of healing that brings peace to the troubled soul and relief to the weary body. Your ability to heal extends beyond physical ailments. There are countless individuals around you who are suffering from spiritual and emotional wounds, some of which may not be immediately visible, but run deep within. Have you noticed how many people struggle in silence with burdens of the heart? These wounds often manifest as anxiety, depression, grief, or brokenness. And God has endowed you with the power to address these needs. With the power of healing, you have the ability to help release the pain, doubts, and fears that others carry, offering them a path to spiritual rebirth and a renewal of faith. The healing you bring is holistic, and it serves not only to mend the body, but also to restore the spirit to its rightful place of peace and trust in God. This gift comes with great responsibility. Do you fully realize the weight of being entrusted with such a sacred power? Every act of healing you perform is not just a gesture of kindness, it is a testimony to the mercy, love, and power of God. Whether it's through praying over someone who is sick, offering emotional support to the brokenhearted, or interceding for someone who is lost in spiritual darkness, you are an agent of divine transformation. Each moment of healing is an opportunity for you to reflect God's grace and to help others draw closer to His love. Healing is not just for those around you, but also a reflection of your own spiritual journey. Have you considered how your healing power can also renew your own faith? When you act as a healer, you are not just ministering to others, you are also allowing God to heal and transform you. The more you share God's healing, the more you invite His divine presence into your life, strengthening your own faith and trust in His perfect plan. Just as the Apostle James says, "Is anyone among you sick? Let them call the elders of the church to pray over them and anoint them with oil in the name of the Lord. And the prayer offered in faith will make the sick person well." James 5:14-15. Through your healing power, you demonstrate the fullness of God's love and His ability to transform not just one life, but many. Are you ready to step into your calling as a healer, bringing peace and restoration wherever you go? The divine power of healing is a sacred responsibility that, when used with humility and compassion, can transform lives and bring the world closer to God's intended peace. Every act of healing, no matter how small, is a powerful reflection of God's mercy, and with each act, you are participating in the miraculous work of restoring His creation. The sixth power, the divine gift of courage. The sixth power that God has bestowed upon you as a chosen one is the extraordinary power of courage. This is not a mere human bravery, it is a divine gift, enabling you to face fear, overcome challenges, and confront adversity with unshakable strength from within. Have you ever found yourself standing before a situation so daunting that fear threatens to paralyze you? With the power of courage, you are not only able to face such moments, you are empowered to rise above them, anchored by a deep faith and trust in God's divine purpose for your life. True courage is more than the absence of fear. What if courage was not simply about being fearless, but about remaining steadfast and faithful in the face of fear? It is the strength to stand firm in your beliefs, to live according to God's will, even when circumstances seem impossible. This is the courage that God has given you. It is the same courage that enabled David, a young shepherd boy, to confront the mighty Goliath with nothing but a sling and his faith in God. What gave David the strength to challenge a giant when all seemed lost? His courage came from his unshakable trust in God's power. He knew that with God, no enemy was too great to defeat. David's victory over Goliath, a far stronger and more experienced foe, serves as a timeless reminder that true courage is born from faith in God, not from human strength or skill. Just as God stood by David, so too does He stand by you in every challenge you face. Like David, you too are called to confront the giants in your life, whether those giants are difficult decisions, overwhelming obstacles, or daunting fears. Do you recognize the giants in your own life? These may be challenges that seem insurmountable, yet with the power of courage, you are equipped to face them. With God on your side, you can stand firm in your values, knowing that no battle is too great for you to overcome. Courage manifests in your ability to take action when others hesitate, to speak truth when silence would be easier, and to fight for justice, even when the world opposes you. How many times have you faced a situation where doing the right thing felt dangerous or unpopular? The courage God gives you empowers you to act, even in the face of ridicule or persecution, knowing that standing firm in faith is always worth the cost. Moreover, the power of courage is not just a personal strength, it is also a transformative force that can inspire those around you. Have you ever noticed how one person's courage can light the way for others? Your courage serves as a beacon to others, encouraging them to confront their own fears and challenges. As a chosen one, you are not meant to walk through life alone. Your faith and courage can empower an entire community. By standing firm in your beliefs, you inspire others to do the same. Your courage shows them that, with God's strength, anything is possible. Could your example of boldness be the spark that encourages someone else to rise above their fears? Courage is also a gift that carries great responsibility. Do you feel the weight of that responsibility? As a chosen one, the power of courage is not just for your benefit. It is a sacred gift entrusted to you by God, to be used with wisdom, integrity, and humility. It is a responsibility to lead with strength and faith, not for your own glory, but for the glory of God. Every act of courage you take is a testimony to God's divine presence in your life. When you face your fears and persevere, do you realize that your courage reflects God's strength and power in you? With this gift, You have the ability to face any challenge, to rise above every obstacle, and to inspire others to do the same. What challenges are waiting for you to face them with courage today? When you act with boldness, you not only demonstrate your own strength, but also lead others to a place of greater faith and determination. Courage is not simply about overcoming fear. It is about living with such conviction that others are drawn to the source of your strength, God's unwavering presence in your life. With courage, you can walk through life with the confidence that no matter what happens, you are not alone. God is with you, empowering you to be bold, to lead with faith, and to inspire a world that desperately needs courage. The seventh power, the divine gift of love. The seventh power that God has granted you as a chosen one is the ultimate gift of love. This power transcends all other gifts and holds the ability to transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. What if love wasn't just a feeling, but the very essence that flows from the divine into the world? The power of love allows you to reflect God's heart in every action, every relationship, and every interaction. It is a force that goes beyond mere affection. It is the purest, most transformative energy in existence. Love, in its truest form, heals, unites, and uplifts souls. Can you imagine the world if every heart was filled with this divine love? In embracing this power, you become like Jesus Christ, who walked the earth as the embodiment of God's love. What was it about Jesus' love that was so radical, so transformative? His love knew no bounds. He loved the outcasts and the marginalized, those society deemed unworthy of affection. He forgave sinners with open arms, offering grace where judgment was expected. Jesus even laid down his life for humanity, demonstrating the greatest love one could offer, the willingness to sacrifice everything for the well-being of others. Like him, you are called to love without restrictions. How can you extend that same love to those who may seem unlovable in your life? When you love with the divine love of Christ, you see the divine in every person, regardless of their flaws, mistakes, or differences. You begin to look beyond outward appearances and recognize the eternal worth in everyone around you. The power of love manifests in countless ways. Have you ever witnessed how an act of love can change someone's heart forever? It is in your ability to forgive, even when it's difficult. Forgiveness is not only an act of mercy, it is a reflection of God's love at work within you. When you forgive, you release others from the chains of guilt and allow peace to enter your own heart. The power of love also empowers you to build bridges, not walls. How often do we allow misunderstandings and pride to divide us when love is the only key to reconciliation? Love has the power to unite people from different walks of life, creating a community where harmony can thrive. With love, you're called to bring light to the darkest corners of the world, places of anger, hatred, and division. What if your love was the beacon that guided someone out of their personal darkness? When you love with an open heart, you bring healing to deep wounds, encourage reconciliation where there is discord, and create an atmosphere where peace can flourish. Your love is not limited to your family and friends. How can you extend your love to those outside your inner circle? The power of love transcends boundaries, reaching into every aspect of your life. Through this divine love, you are called to live by the greatest commandments, to love God with all your heart, mind, and soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself. These commandments are not just guidelines, they are the foundation upon which all other virtues are built. What does it look like to love God with all your being? It is in every thought, every word, and every action. The power of love is the very source of your faith, your compassion, and your purpose. It motivates your actions and guides your path in ways that bring glory to God. This divine love is the most potent force in the universe. It is the energy that creates and sustains life. Can you fathom the depth of this love, knowing it has the power to heal, transform, and renew? Every act of love you perform is a reflection of God's presence within you. Whether you are offering a kind word, a compassionate gesture, or simply being present with someone in need, you are showing the world a glimpse of the divine. How might your simple act of love be the touch someone needs to experience God's presence? As a chosen one, you are empowered to spread this light of God's love wherever you go. Have you considered how your actions of love can leave a lasting impact on the world? Through your love, you are a living testament to God's grace and mercy. You have the ability to transform lives by sharing the love that has been poured into your own heart. Love is not just something you give, it is something you are. Every act of love, whether great or small, makes a difference. It can heal broken relationships, mend wounded hearts, and build communities of kindness and compassion. With this gift, you have the ability to change the world by sharing the most powerful force in existence: God's divine love. Are you ready to let that love flow through you, knowing that it is the ultimate power you hold as a chosen one? The eighth power, the divine gift of wisdom. The eighth power that God has given you as a chosen one is the power of wisdom. This is not simply a human form of knowledge, but a divine gift that enables you to perceive the world with understanding and clarity, to discern what is true, and to act with righteousness according to the highest principles. What would it mean to live each day with a deep, abiding wisdom that guides every decision? Wisdom allows you to navigate life's complexities, understanding not only facts, but the deeper meanings behind them. It's the ability to apply knowledge in a way that brings peace, justice, and healing to a broken world. Can you imagine the impact of making every choice with this divine insight? In Scripture, we see the supreme example of wisdom in King Solomon, whose reign was marked by unparalleled understanding. God, in His grace, granted Solomon wisdom beyond measure when he asked for the ability to govern God's people wisely. What does it take to ask for wisdom from God, and how can you open your heart to receive it? Solomon's wisdom enabled him to settle disputes, to understand the hearts of people, and to make decisions that promoted justice and peace. When two women came before him, each claiming to be the mother of the same child, Solomon's wisdom shone through as he proposed to divide the child, knowing the true mother would sacrifice her claim to save the child. Have you ever faced a situation where the right choice wasn't clear? Wisdom gave Solomon the ability to see the truth hidden beneath appearances and make decisions that aligned with God's will. Like Solomon, you too are called to use this gift to lead, guide, and advise others. How might your wisdom bring light into the lives of those who seek direction? The power of wisdom manifests itself in your ability to see beyond the surface, to discern what others cannot see. It gives you the insight to make decisions that reflect God's will, even when the world around you seems uncertain. Wisdom allows you to understand the interconnectedness of events, recognizing how each action, no matter how small, can lead to far-reaching consequences. What if each decision you made had the power to change the course of someone's life? With wisdom, you become an effective leader, a trusted advisor, and a guide for others seeking truth and justice. Your wisdom doesn't just help you, it serves as a beacon for others to follow. In what ways can your wisdom be a light to those around you? The gift of wisdom requires humility. True wisdom comes from God alone, and when you recognize this, it transforms your entire perspective. How often do we rely on our own understanding only to find ourselves lost? But when you acknowledge that wisdom comes from God, you open yourself to His guidance. knowing that He is the ultimate source of all understanding. Wisdom is a gift that invites you to act with discernment, to make decisions that promote peace and fairness, and to live in alignment with God's will. With wisdom, you are empowered to lead with integrity and inspire others to follow the path of righteousness. Are you ready to let God's wisdom guide your every step? The ninth power, the divine gift of faith. The ninth power that God has given you as a chosen one is the power of faith. This gift is not merely belief in the abstract. It is a profound and divine force that enables you to place your full trust in God's promises, even when the world around you seems uncertain, and when circumstances appear difficult or impossible. What would it look like to trust God fully, even when the path ahead is unclear or fraught with challenges? Faith is what sustains you when your strength falters, when your vision dims, and when the road ahead is not easily visible. It allows you to see beyond the visible realities of life and trust in what is unseen, knowing that God's plans for you are greater than anything you can imagine. Can you step into the unknown, knowing that God is already there ahead of you? In Scripture, we see one of the most powerful examples of faith in the life of Abraham, who is called the father of faith. How might your life change if you trusted God like Abraham did? Abraham's faith was not simply a belief in the abstract. It was the trust in God's will, even when it led him to leave his homeland, his family, and everything he knew. When God called him to go to a land he had never seen, Abraham did not hesitate or question but obeyed, even though he had no idea where the journey would end. How often do we hesitate when we are unsure of where God is leading us? Abraham's unwavering trust in God's word is an example of the faith that God calls you to embody. In a similar way, you are called to trust God completely, even when the journey is unclear or difficult. Are you ready to let go of your own plans and trust God with your future? Faith also allows you to trust in God's promises when everything around you seems to suggest otherwise. When God promised Abraham that he would be the father of many nations, Abraham was old, and his wife Sarah was barren. All the natural evidence pointed to impossibility, but Abraham's faith did not waver. Do you find yourself doubting when the promises of God seem impossible in the natural world? With faith, you are empowered to hold on to God's promises, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. How can you trust in God's word, even when the natural world tells you to give up? Faith is the key that allows you to unlock God's power in your life, and it is the force that empowers you to face challenges with courage and strength, knowing that God is faithful and will bring His promises to pass. What's more, the power of faith has an extraordinary ripple effect. Have you ever considered how your faith might impact those around you? The strength of your faith can serve as a beacon of light to others who are struggling. Your unwavering trust in God encourages and strengthens the faith of those who are witnessing your walk with Him. As you stand firm in your belief, you become an inspiration to others, helping them see the divine possibilities in their own lives. How can you share your faith to inspire and uplift those who need it most? By trusting in God, you become a source of hope, showing others that they too can rely on God's faithfulness. Faith is the foundation of your spiritual journey, the bedrock upon which you build your relationship with God. Do you recognize that every step of faith you take deepens your connection to the divine? Each act of faith is not just a personal victory, but a testimony of God's presence and power in your life. Your faith becomes a living example of God's work in you, and it has the power to transform not only your life, but the lives of those around you. How might your actions of faith lead others to experience God's love and grace? With this divine gift, you have the power to move mountains, to overcome obstacles that would otherwise seem insurmountable, and to live a life full of meaning, purpose, and victory. What mountains are in your way today, and how might your faith remove them? Use the power of faith with joy, knowing that it is the foundation upon which you walk with God. the force that empowers you to live out His calling and fulfill your destiny. Through your faith, you can accomplish things that seem impossible, seeing God's hand in every aspect of your life. Are you ready to step into a life of greater faith, trusting that God will work in you and through you for His glory? God, in His infinite love and mercy, bestows extraordinary gifts upon His chosen ones, enabling them to live lives full of purpose, meaning, and impact. These powers, vision, creation, resilience, influence, healing, courage, love, wisdom, and faith, are not simply tools for personal growth, but are divine manifestations of His grace and love. Each of these gifts is given to guide you, to strengthen you, and to equip you to fulfill the calling God has placed on your life. Do you recognize the divine potential in every gift God has given you? These powers are sacred, not only transforming your own life, but also spreading light, hope, and healing to others. Through them, you're empowered to overcome challenges and break through obstacles, becoming a beacon of hope in a world that desperately needs it. As you embrace these divine gifts, you become an instrument of change, someone who can bring about transformation, not just in your own life, but in the lives of others. How might your life reflect God's power and mercy today? You are more than a mere participant in the divine story. You are one of its most important storytellers. Through your actions, your words, and your very being, you demonstrate God's power and presence on this earth. Are you ready to share your story of how God has moved in your life and inspire others to do the same? I encourage you, my friends, to share your experiences and testimonies. Your stories are not just personal reflections. They are living testimonies to the greatness of God and His work in the world. As you speak of God's faithfulness, His love, and His transformative power, you invite others to recognize and embrace the divine gifts in their own lives. How can your testimony inspire someone else to trust in God's plan for them? May you continue to walk in wisdom, compassion, and gratitude as you use these gifts to fulfill your higher purpose. May your journey be blessed with peace and divine strength, and may you touch the hearts of many, leading them to recognize their own power and potential as God's chosen ones. As you share your story and live out these gifts, you will not only transform your life, but also help light the way for others. Are you ready to shine the light of God wherever you go and make a lasting impact? Amen.